right, so what if I told you guys that the Soundcore Motion Boom Plus Bluetooth speaker is louder than this? So literally no exaggeration, the Soundcore Motion Boom Plus gets louder than this Sony speaker, which is more than twice the size. Now, granted, I've had this Sony speaker for a couple of years, so it's a little bit dated, but considering the size difference between the two, clearly you would expect the Sony to get louder, but no, the Soundcore packs quite the punch. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's take a look at the speaker from a physical standpoint. So the first thing you're going to notice is the handle on the top. Makes it really easy to grab the speaker and take it with you on the go. And then they took things a step further and added the shoulder strap, which makes it even easier and even more portable because you can just throw it over your shoulder and be ready to go within seconds. On the top, you've got access to your buttons. So you have your multi-function button that's going to allow you to play and pause, track forward, track backward. You also have your volume buttons. You have your power button, your Bluetooth pairing button, your bass boost button, and then this button over here on the right, which is going to allow you to connect the speaker to another compatible Soundcore speaker. So this thing is fully equipped with 2 woofers and 2 tweeters. And then over on the sides, you can also see the passive radiators. On the bottom of the speaker, you have these rubber feet, which is nice because whenever you set the speaker down on a surface, it stays planted in one place. It's not going to move around. On the back of the speaker, you have this rubber flap, which protects your electrical components. So if we go ahead and lift that up, you can see the Type-C charging port, the USB-A port. This does serve as a power bank, so you can charge devices while you're on the go. So say you're at the beach, you're at the pool, your phone is running low on battery. All you got to do is grab your charging cable, plug it into the back of the speaker, and you can have some emergency juice. You also have an auxiliary input, so if you prefer to connect the speaker directly to the audio source, you do have that option. So between the 2 woofers and the 2 tweeters, this thing is delivering a total output of 80 watts. It's also supporting Bluetooth 5.3, so you're getting the latest in Bluetooth connection. As far as battery life, you can expect around 20 hours on a single charge. Now, keep in mind that that number will vary depending on how much you use the bass boost option, as well as how loud you listen to the speaker. So if you're listening to it at 100% volume all the time, you're not going to get 20 hours of battery life. So just keep that in mind. As far as water resistance, we have an IP67 rating, which actually means it's dust and waterproof. So if you're concerned about sand, dirt, dust, none of that is going to harm the speaker, and it's completely waterproof. And on top of that, it actually floats. So if you want to put the speaker in the pool with you, it's going to float at the surface the entire time. Like, how cool is that? And as far as phone calls, it does feature a microphone. So if you're connected to the speaker and you happen to get a phone call, you don't have to disconnect in order to answer it. The speaker is also compatible with the Soundcore app, which gives you access and control over the EQ. So in addition to the bass boost option, you can go into the app and EQ the sound even more and get it to the most optimal point for you. So all around, this speaker is excellent. Like I said, perfect for the summertime coming up. It's fairly lightweight, especially considering the size. It's actually just a little bit over 5 pounds. So I can lift this thing with one hand with very little issue. Compared to this other speaker, this thing is like, I don't even know, 15 pounds. I could use this for a dumbbell if I wanted to. So as far as just, like I said, overall size, portability, the sound quality, the bass, let me tell you, that bass is absolutely incredible, especially when you use that bass boost option. And we're going to do a sound test here in a second. And during the test, I only had the volume around like 35–40%. Because if I had this at 100%, it would absolutely blow your eardrums. Like, the audio would be distorted and you really wouldn't be able to pick up on the actual quality. So I do recommend listening to the audio test with either headphones or earbuds. And so enough said, let's go ahead and get into it. So hopefully the audio test gave you an idea as to the type of sound that you can expect from this speaker. Obviously, it's not an exact representation, but take my word for it, this thing sounds incredible. And this has officially assumed the #1 spot as my favorite Bluetooth speaker that I personally own. So if you're in the market for a Bluetooth speaker, I would hop on this ASAP. Click the link down in the description if you're interested, and that is going to take you to the product listing. And I'm going to compare this to the Motion Boom speaker as well. So if you're curious to know exactly how the two stack up, make sure you stay tuned for that video also.